The crystalline halls of the Galactic Council echoed with the footsteps of Ambassador Raffi Chen as he strode toward the central chamber. His dark eyes held a cold fire that made even the towering Zephyrian guards step aside. Behind him walked Alvina Rodriguez, humanity's chief military strategist, her hand resting casually on the plasma weapon at her hip. "The Council will see you now," chittered the insectoid secretary, its compound eyes reflecting nervous light patterns. Raffi pushed through the massive doors without waiting for them to fully open. The semicircular chamber stretched before them, filled with representatives from dozens of species who had once looked down upon humanity with condescension. Now, their various forms of faces showed only fear. At the center sat High Counselor Fexithani, the jellyfish-like being whose translucent body pulsed with agitated bioluminescence. "Ambassador Chen," the alien's voice resonated through the chamber's translation matrix. "Surely we can resolve this misunderstanding." Raffi's laugh was sharp as a blade. "Misunderstanding?" He gestured to the holographic display that materialized above them, showing the smoldering remains of 3 Craxian war fleets. "You call the unprovoked attack on New Geneva a misunderstanding?" 6 months earlier, the Craxian Empire had dismissed the Council's warnings about humanity's rapid technological advancement. They had seen Earth's children as primitive upstarts, barely worthy of notice despite humanity's recent admission to the galactic community. The Craxians had demanded tribute from human colonies, expecting easy submission from a species they considered inferior. They had been catastrophically wrong. "The Craxians acted without Council approval," Fexithani protested, its form shifting colors rapidly, a sign of extreme distress among its species. "Their aggression was not sanctioned." "But it wasn't stopped either," Alvina interrupted, stepping forward. Her voice carried the authority of someone who had personally commanded the defense of New Geneva. "For 3 standard months we sent distress signals. We requested Council intervention. We followed every protocol in your precious galactic accords." The Altarian representative, a crystalline being that communicated through harmonic vibrations, sang a low, mournful note. The Council moves slowly on matters involving humans," Raffi corrected. "When the hegemony threatened Altair Prime last cycle, you had a peacekeeping force deployed within days. When the Void Dancers attacked Zephyrian trade routes, the response was immediate. But when humanity bleeds, the Council deliberates." High Counselor Fexithani's bioluminescence dimmed to barely visible levels. The political complexities were significant. The Craxians have been Council members for over 2 millennia. "Had been," Alvina said quietly. Past tense. The chamber fell silent, except for the ambient hum of life support systems. On the holographic display, the tactical readout told a story that had already become legend among military strategists across known space. 3 full Craxian battle fleets, over 200 ships, had arrived at New Geneva expecting to bombardment a defenseless human colony into submission. Instead, they had encountered Commander Alvina Rodriguez and the newly commissioned Human Defense Fleet. The humans had done something unprecedented in galactic warfare. They had refused to fight by established rules. While other species engaged in formations and honor duels, humanity had embraced asymmetric warfare with terrifying efficiency. Stealth ships materialized from asteroid fields. Suicide drones swarmed capital ships. Human fighters used gravitic mines to turn the Craxians' own mass against them. But the true horror had come when the humans revealed their secret weapon: battlefield adaptation. Within hours of engagement, human engineers had reverse-engineered captured Craxian shield technology and improved upon it, their weapons learned from each exchange becoming more efficient with every shot fired. "You want to know what makes humans dangerous?" Raffi asked, his voice carrying across the silent chamber. "It's not our technology. It's not our tactics. It's that we learn from being ignored." He activated his personal data pad and new images appeared in the hologram. Shipyards orbiting Earth worked around the clock. Human colonies across a dozen systems bustled with industrial activity. Species that had previously dismissed humanity were now queuing up to establish trade agreements. The Craxian attacks taught us something valuable, Alvina added. The Council's protection is conditional. Your justice is selective. Your principles are negotiable. So we've decided to negotiate for ourselves. Vexathani's form pulsed with alarmed patterns. Surely, humanity doesn't intend to abandon the Council entirely. Why would we abandon something we were never truly part of? Raffi's smile was thin and cold. You made it clear that humans are second-class members, so we'll act accordingly. The holographic display shifted again, showing shipping routes, trade agreements, and military pacts. Humanity hadn't just defeated the Craxians. They had seized their territory, absorbed their client species, and established themselves as the dominant power in 3 entire sectors. This is impossible, whispered the hegemony representative, a reptilian creature whose scales had turned pale with shock. No species advances this quickly. The established order failed us, Raffi interrupted. So, we established a new one. The truth was devastating in its simplicity. While the Council had debated and delayed, humanity had been busy. They had formed alliances with species the Council ignored. They had shared technology with civilizations, deemed primitive. They had built a network of mutual protection that made the Council's oversight irrelevant. What do you want from us? Vexathani finally asked, its voice barely above a whisper. Raffi and Alvina exchanged glances. They had discussed this moment for months, planning for the day when the galactic powers would finally acknowledge what humanity had become. Nothing, Alvina said simply. We wanted justice, and you offered bureaucracy. We wanted protection, and you offered procedure. We wanted equality, and you offered condescension, so we provided these things for ourselves. The Galactic Council's authority extends to all member species. Vexathani tried one last desperate assertion of power. Then perhaps, Raffi said, turning toward the chamber doors, it's time for the Council to earn that authority instead of simply assuming it. As they walked away, the silence behind them spoke louder than any declaration of war. The Galactics. Council had ignored humanity's warnings about Craxian aggression, dismissed their pleas for justice, and underestimated their capacity for growth. Now humanity had made them pay, not with violence but with irrelevance. The age of human deference was over. The galaxy would have to learn to deal with Earth's children as equals, or learn to get out of their way. Either outcome suited humanity just fine.